And welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, trying to get everything set up here. Thank you one and all for being here. A lot of stuff happening in the game and just in Star Wars in general. If you haven't seen the Rebels shows, oh my god, the Rebels is something else right now. Did not see that coming a mile away, and I'm just glad that they did some of the stuff. But we will not get into it. We'll give it a couple of days because some people are have not seen it, so we don't want to ruin it for everybody. But if you've not seen the Rebels show from yesterday, good Lord in heaven. So that being said, Dr. Finch should be here soon. He is finishing up a business meeting. I'm not sure about Loki and Grande, if they'll be on or not. We do have Sanely Red here. What's going on, Sanely?
It's going good.
That's right. You saw the Rebels. Wasn't the Rebels amazing?
Oh, yeah. It was great.
Oh, so good. And then also the game itself, man. I mean, they started pumping out some of the things about Sion and some of the other characters. Some of the updates have been released. The sim feature has not been released yet, but there's probably some more stuff coming down the half pipe here, which will be released over probably the next couple days and stuff that we'll get into. So I'm sure we will be getting lots of questions during this lunch stream about that, sanely. So if you have questions, go ahead and get them in there. Good old Ranger is monitoring that. And we'll get to your questions here in a few minutes. If you'd like to support the channel, of course, if you're watching this, always give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to support us. In other ways, there's a super chat function on the bottom. You donate $20 or more, you get VIP status, you get the cool little icon next to your name with all the emojis and things like Baby Ranger and things of that nature that come with it. Or you could become a sponsor. Sponsors $4.99 a month. You can support us that way. We've got also on the homepage, if you'd like to support us directly, not through YouTube, you can go to support the channel and you can donate there as well. YouTube doesn't get a cut of that. Screw them. And then also we've got, if you were listening to this after we've done the show, you can download this into iTunes and listen as a podcast. We also have the store where you can buy your own RSG merchandising. We got all kinds of good stuff in there. We got a lot of videos out, so I think that's everything for the mechanisms. Covered all that crap. So let's get into the questions. I'm sure we've got quite a lot. I don't know. It'll just be you and me, sanely. So we'll do the best we can. Finity is off in La La Land doing whatever with his crew of business peeps. So what do we got, Stanley? Who's asking questions? What do we got?
Okay, 1073. Question: did Finn watch Rebels last night as he should have?
No, he didn't.
Maybe we can answer that later once he comes on.
When Finn comes on, we can ask. So at this point, we don't know what Finn's status is on Rebel viewing patterns. So.
Okay, Adamtron. Question: where is the sim button for Galactic War?
Hasn't been put in yet. We know it's coming. Don't worry. It'll be here when it gets here, but maybe he has a couple twerks and stuff. There's still some more stuff that they have to launch into the game, so it'll be here. It'll be here eventually. It'll be here soon enough. Don't worry about it.
Okay, Todd Mayoette. What does everyone think of the new tunes incoming?
What do you think of the tunes, Sanely?
Well, I'm definitely liking Sion's kit. I'm not so sure about Visa's Mar, though.
Yeah, she's a question mark for me. I'm pretty positive I'm not going to invest heavily into her. Sion looks amazing. Trying to throw down some coins for that bad boy. Those are the two characters we got. I mean, also they did a update on Sith Trooper, right? He's an Autotauner, right? Correct. That's what I saw. Yeah, so that'll be a nice little addition. God, he's a gear hog. So now the dark side basically has a tank like light side with General Kenobi. So that's pretty cool. All right.
Okay, the last Skywalker question. Ranger, what do you like most so far about the new heroes in the game?
Well,
basically the same question.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I've only seen what you guys have seen.
They're not in the game yet. That's the
yeah,
answer.
Yeah, they're not in the game yet. And I can't give you a full. I don't know what I like about them. I mean, I like what I've seen so far. I mean, I think they look amazing and everything, but I haven't had a chance to play with them or anything, so I can't really give you an in-depth analysis of what I think. Because my initial thoughts I can give you that they look pretty amazing, but that's it. I can't really give you anything else. Speaking of someone just popping out of the blue, there's Dr. Finn Medicine Woman. He's finally done. Yay!
Yeah, work meeting went long because there is insanity going on. So.
Well, you probably caused it, but what else?
No, I'm trying to fix it. They brought me in to fix it.
All right, Dr. Finn. Have you seen the Rebels show from last night?
I have 3 minutes left to finish of the episode.
Okay.
I was watching it before my meeting, and then my meeting started, so I have 3 minutes left in it. All I can say is Chopper is awesome. So
Chopper's awesome.
I love Chopper.
I know.
He's just an angry little droid. He's like a little trash can.
Yeah, but out of all the characters last night, Chopper was not the big news.
I didn't say he was a big news. I just said I liked him.
Oh, that's just you like,
because he is. I said it from the beginning. Chopper is like my favorite character in that show.
Really?
You may not understand a word that he's saying, but he's like an angry little droid. It looks like a little trash can because he was just like put together with pieces. But he has like the most personality, despite no words, of anyone in that show. You know it's true. He has the most personality.
True, Finn.
He has more personality than any of the other characters.
Compulsive personality for anything that remotely is a droid or a furry creature. It's ridiculous.
Don't worry, Brazzo. We're not going to do any spoilers. We'll wait until the end of the week.
We're not going to. Jesus.
We'll wait until Friday like we did last time. Yeah. Friday we'll discuss it.
Now, when we're offline hanging out, yeah, you bet your ass. There's streams that we're going to be talking about it. But not for the show now. All right, so Dr. Finn's here. Stanley, let's get to some more questions.
Okay, Doc Ariak, question, is February the new August?
Is orange the new black?
So they didn't...
Is Finn the mother of dragons?
Just to clarify, the post that they put out earlier said they were going to drop update notes on the 28th. So it wasn't that necessarily everything was going to be out on the 28th. It was that they were going to put the update notes for it. And it included the Sith raid, but a lot of times they put out that stuff before the actual update is out to give you like a heads up. Yeah. So I don't think they've done anything as bad as taking back August yet with this. So, but I know everybody wants it now.
I know. The precious.
All right, Scooby, opinions on using Royal Guard with Shore Trooper or Stormtrooper better to use with Shore? So basically a team comp of Palpatine, Thrawn, Vader, Shore Trooper, RG/ST.
None?
None. Yeah, thank you. I was about to say that.
You're much better off with like a Nihilus or a Tarkin than you are either of those.
Right. I mean, if you want to, I prefer not.
Or Sith Trooper now.
Yeah, Sith Trooper I'd keep with my Sith team. But I kind of personally like. I mean, I like keeping this Shore Trooper with Thrawn, Palpatine, and Vader. Throwing a Grand Moff Tarkin, you've got yourself a win combination there. The other Stormtroopers and stuff with Veers and Stark is where the money's at. Death Trooper, Stormtrooper, that kind of thing, because they're just the synergy and the advantages you get from doing that. It's obvious. So I kind of lean toward that more than anything. Yeah, I don't see it. I just can't.
I mean, it'll work, but you're not getting a lot out of it.
No, I mean, if you substituted, say, Shore Trooper for Royal Guard, that's not a bad play. If you want to keep Shore Trooper on your Trooper team, but Shore and Royal Guard, no.
It's not one of the teams you need a double, that double tank. Like Shore Trooper is fine. If you want a double tank, you're better off just going away from Empire and going with the Kenobi. Because the question was in the context of arena, right? Not territory war.
Right.
So,
Word.
I would go with more damage in Nihilus personally, but
Word. All right, next.
Okay, Darth Hideous. Question: is anybody else annoyed by favorite tagged characters populating at the top of your list everywhere?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I was fine with it the way it was before, honestly.
I like the search function. You know, you can search. That's amazing, but like,
you have a favorites tab for a reason. It doesn't need to be. There's no point in it being at the top of your all list, and then what's the point of your favorites list? Like you're defeating the purpose of the favorites altogether by doing that. So
it's ass backwards. I don't understand that because I was looking at like, wait a minute, what the hell is this? And then I'm like, okay, so it's in that kind of order. That's not even an order. Favorites, then your other character. I mean, it's too confusing. Come on, CG, you did a wonderful thing by giving us the option to basically type in, or I mean, obviously, just if you just want to type in.
It's a 2-click fix, though.
Yeah,
if you didn't realize, it's a 2-click fix. You click the right drop down and you switch it from all to power, and then it looks like your list did before. So I've been using that a lot more, but it's not a click that I expected.
Yeah.
All right. Ali Boba and the 40 Rebels. Question: Masters of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Dark Side, Around the Corn, please. Can you rate your first thoughts about the 2 new characters? Thanks.
Sion looks amazeballs. He looks incredible. What do you think on Sion, Finn?
I need to see his stats. This kind of goes back to when we were talking about like Faldo and Rogue. Their kit looks really good, but Sion is going to need to be pretty fast, right? Like looking at like Night Sisters just as kind of like a template, because he's going to be similar to Night Sister Zombie, which is what I think Loki was calling for when we were discussing this before. If Sion isn't reasonably fast, he's going to be way too slow to be that usable. Right. And like the videos we'll know were kind of fabricated with a certain set of criteria in order to speed it up. Even Emperor Palpatine's like 5% turn meter isn't going to be enough to speed him up if his speed is too slow. His kit is good. His abilities look really good. He looks like a really well-rounded tank. Seems like he's going to fit with the Emperor Palpatine team in order to kind of bring it around. Doesn't seem like it's going to be too OP to the point where like Rex teams won't be able to counter it, but it kind of adds something a little extra to make Emperor Palpatine a counter to Jedi Training Rey. So I just need to see his stats a little bit more before I say he is for sure going to be good. His kit is great. We still need to see the numbers.
And then,
as for
go ahead.
Visas Mar, I haven't looked too much, but what I can say is that she's light side, and the question was asking about dark side, so Visas Mar doesn't count.
Well, I mean, I think they think it was just what we thought of the characters in general.
The question asked for the dark side. Visas Mar is not dark side, hence there's no reason to talk about her.
Oh, shut up, Finn. What do you think?
No, I actually haven't looked at her kit. I looked at Sion.
Yeah, I think she'll be good in PvE, like they say. She'll be, but But
I'm looking now just to see.
Yeah, she's probably going to be good in the new raid.
Yes, probably so. And no stupid damn Falcon Shards again. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. Damn it to hell, Jim.
So what's really weird as I'm looking at this, Sion has 3 specials and a unique and his basic. But the Visas Mar graphic for, which one is it? The Visas Mar for her basic has Sion as lead. I don't know what the hell they're doing with these graphics that they're putting in.
You're not meant to understand, Finn. Just play.
They put Sion in the lead. What? Why? Why is Sion in the lead in all of these?
Why not, Finn? We don't know.
Because he has no leader.
We don't know.
Not only that, So he doesn't have a leader ability, right?
Maybe it's
But the
intentional,
rest of the
Finn.
team-
You don't know. You just
Yes, I do. They put out his kit. He doesn't have a leader ability. But the rest of the team is Darth Maul, Darth Vader, and Darth Sidious, all of which have a leader ability.
Or maybe they just want to show his abilities.
They're showing Vsauce Mars' ability.
So
They have Vsauce Mars doing an ability with Darth Sion as the lead.
yeah,
I don't understand it.
you know, I'm not to understand. You're just supposed to look at the ability and go like, okay,
Somebody
that's what it
needs
does.
to like check these images that they put out before they actually put it
Yeah,
out.
you never know when you're
just,
gonna have a troll like Finn watching carefully.
watching carefully. We read into. They know very well that we read into every single thing that they do. When you put Darth Sion in a lead, you're like, oh, I wonder what Darth Sion's lead ability is, and then you go look at his kit, and he has 3 specials, a unique, and a basic.
Angry Finn.
Not angry. It's weird. They've done this before, right? Where they put out these like
I don't know
images.
why you get so worked up about it.
No, it's funny to me. You remember where it was, I think, the release of Thrawn, right?
Right.
So he did like the turn eater swap,
right.
and somebody attacked, nobody died, and then they instantly killed the first order stormtrooper. Like, first off, you have first order stormtrooper with a Thrawn, and then all of a sudden Thrawn uses an ability, and your first order stormtrooper or first order TIE pilot dies.
Yeah.
Like, why?
doesn't instill confidence in what you're doing.
They just need to check these screenshots a little bit more, I think, before they put it out when they're trying to showcase the characters.
Oh my god!
Because people see the forum stuff more than the Game Changer videos.
We just got $3 from Vigilant Sentinel, and he says, "Can you speak on Nihilus wiping out the Miraluka?"
I hope you didn't kill anyone I know for it, huh?
Why am I going blank on that? Why does that sound familiar, but I'm going great? Miraluka. That Finn is the Lord of Rage. Nihilus.
Can I get that title? I want to be the Lord of Rage. So we have Lord of Hunger, Lord of Pain,
Wait, Miraluka.
Lord of Betrayal. I'll be the Lord of Rage.
Huh?
We have
The
now the Lord of
Miraluka-
Hunger, the Lord of Pain, the Lord of Betrayal, and then I can be the Lord of Rage.
You can be the Lord of Rage. That's right.
Darth Finn.
The Miraluka were the species that, Vsauce Mars part of.
Oh, okay. That's right. Okay, thank you. I was wondering, like, wait, I've heard that before, but it's too damn early for me to be trying to dick around with the lore. They want to know about wiping out the Miraluka. I mean, I don't understand. What do you mean? What do you want to know? Nihilus wiped out quite a lot of folks. I mean, can we get into that part of the story? I don't know. I think you probably want to not ruin that for some folks. $2 so Finn doesn't rant during the next 2 questions. Thank Kyrell.
That wasn't a rant. That was just an observation. That wasn't a rant. I found it funny more than anything.
I'm just going through some of the stuff. I'm drawing blank. It's been a while since I've read that stuff and looked at that. I'm trying to remember what Nihilus did. I'll have to go back and look. Sorry, my brain's fried. I was up late working on school and accounting and stuff, and I'm just not with it right now. Sorry.
Okay, I'm looking at StarWars.wikia.com, and it says a Miraluka colony world named Qatar was stripped of all life by Sith Lord Darth Nihilus during a Jedi convocation.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember where that happens, though, in the books and stuff. If that was in the game or if that was part of...
I like all these combinations. People are making me the lord of all kinds of things.
You're a lord of a lot of things. Lord.
Can I be I want to combine all of them. I want to be the lord of raging pork Twinkies. I think that's going to be my new title. I want to be the lord of raging pork Twinkies.
Okay, can we move on to something else, please? God, Saley, give me another question.
Sure. 1073. When is Sion dropping? We have no
We
idea.
don't know yet. We don't have a specific day yet or anything.
It might be.
I don't know if it'll be this week. Probably next week. What do you think, Finn?
I'm actually thinking it may be tomorrow.
It could be tomorrow. Yeah, could be. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Okay, Bond fan. Question: Are you still on your first order path with the kits for the 2 new tunes released?
I've double zated Kylo Ren. I'm a stun cuff away from First Order Stormtrooper Gear 10. What? Here, I'll pull it up. Where am I? I still am. I mean, the new tunes are the new tunes, but I stick with what I started. Let's see. First Order. So I need... First Order Stormtrooper needs just a stun cuff to go to Gear 10. Yes, that's correct. And then... First Order Officer, what do I need? I need 4 more of these MK10 tag code to get him to 11. Then once I do that, then I'm going to switch to finish some other things. I mean, Special Forces TIE Fighter I'm working on, but Executioner still behind a paywall. I'm not bothering. I like the character tune, but I'm not paying. I'm not investing that kind of money on that character. So it's getting there, but I mean they're almost done. So I mean I'm farming some other characters to 7 stars. That's the key thing is Plo Koon and some others that I was working on, but just getting them to 7 stars. So that's the key plan right now.
All right.
Next question.
So it's actually 3 questions, but they're very similar. So I'm just going to combine them.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Mayolet, Bradzo, and Steve DeFridas, who is planning on whaling out on Sion, and which one? Or the other one?
Finn will not be. I can already answer you that.
Well, I can give it for another reason though.
You just don't
not
whale out
besides the
at
free to
all.
play aspect.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it, right? But in general, in this game, tanks have been viable at 4-star, 3-star, as long as they've been geared. It's usually the attackers that you need to get higher because otherwise they are way too squishy for survival. Tanks usually have the armor, and with the gear, they're able to survive a lot more. So I'm not too worried about Sion. And Sion, from looking at it, seems like the better of the 2 characters. Visas Mar seems good, but it seems like Sion is the better of the 2. So there's no reason for that. And Visas Mar looks like she's going to be primarily a PvE character. May have some PvE usage, especially if the Sith meta takes over and she being very strong against Sith. Because if the trend is that Emperor Palpatine teams will now use Sith Trooper as the tank, then Shore Trooper is going to go away. Your only Empire may end up being Thrawn. So she may end up being really strong in Arena too. But for now, because Sion seems like he's going to be viable at 3-4 star, I may buy some of the packs for crystals. If I only need to get, like, I can't remember, may test my luck a little bit to see if I can get the 4-star instead of just like the 3-star unlock. But Sion being a tank means that you don't necessarily have to whale out for him to be usable.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna whale out. Okay, Kaya Apple in Ario. Question: Can you explain what Visas Mar is? Because she has no tags.
She's the light side equivalent of Wampa. Next. What? It's true.
Awful.
Well, it's true. Wampa's the other one that has no tags.
I don't know. Did we see what her tags were yet?
It's light side and healer.
Yeah.
Light side and what?
Healer.
That makes sense. More of a neutral character that's light side.
Okay,
Yeah,
Dracula. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say she's more anti-Sith than
That's
she is
all
any
she is,
particular
really.
faction. Yeah. So.
I think she's just a counter to the Sith, period. So she's the one character that I'm pretty sure they'll introduce some other ones that are kind of in that vein.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next question.
Okay. Draklar Erden. Question: do you think the Nihilist Zeta will be necessary?
The which one?
I'm guessing he means unique. He just said Zeta, though.
Yeah, it's probably the unique he's talking about. Necessary? No. Helpful? Yes.
No, I don't think so. No. Nice to have? Sure. Needed? No. All right, next.
What else? 73. Question: did Finn watch the correct episodes of Rebels last night?
Yes. Well, I didn't watch it last night. I was watching it this morning. I have 3 minutes left. I did watch the correct episode because it started off with Cozy Spoon on the head of Kanan. So I'm watching the correct episode. If you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not a spoiler at all, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I knew what you were talking about. Okay, Moxie Free. Question: should I leave my current guild for a stronger guild or stay? Current guild lost some players ahead of new raid, but has recovered.
Always a question.
It's about, we get asked if we should stay in a guild, leave a guild, that kind of stuff. So here's my response. If you like the people you play with, but you're not going in the direction you want to go, again, this is something you're going to have to decide. If you want endgame content, and you're not getting it from the people you're playing with, it's okay to go look for that, right? If you want to progress, if you want the next challenge and stuff. Now, if you like who you play with, and you just like hanging out, but maybe some of them leave to another guild, maybe you go to that guild because you like hanging out with those people specifically. It's a personal thing. I mean, I can't give you any advice other than it's this simple. Play the game where you're happy. For what reason that makes you happy. And that's all that there is to it. If you want to have endgame content, you're not looking so much as the for the community as much as just the challenge of the game and stuff, then find a higher rated guild and commit to it. Maybe you're more the social person, you don't care about the endgame content. I mean, you got to strike that balance and then look for those kind of people that fit that balance for you. That's what I would tell you to do. But that's a decision you're going to have to make. What is it that you love about the game? And then find people that do it. Holy cow, we're getting all kinds of stuff happening. So, Vigilante Sentinel donated $2. Says, do you think clones should have a Mandalorian tag? No, I do not. New sponsor, Obi Christ has become a sponsor. Yay!
Oh, glad to see Obi's back.
Yes.
I haven't talked to him in a while. He was back on the Rebel base with us.
So, but yeah, find the reason why you would like to play the game. Find the people that kind of sync and jive with what you're saying. If you're in a guild that's losing people and you want to progress and it's not happening, you can either stick it out with that guild if they are committed to making it better, or if not, if you don't get that vibe, go somewhere else. That's okay. You play this game so you can enjoy it. That's just the way it is. All right. Okay, Dylan Neves. Question: Ranger, what do you like in your salad? It's a good question. I like, besides lettuce, I like black olives. I like putting a little bit of tuna, cucumbers. I like mushrooms, green peppers, red onions. I'm probably missing some stuff. I'm like going down the line. I know there's a place here called it's just basically a salad buffet place that you can go to. I'm trying to think of the name of it off the top of my head, but
is it in the mall?
No, it's not in the mall. It's an actual restaurant that it's just nothing but just veggies, right? They have some soup and stuff, but I mean it's basically a vegetarian's delight. So usually we'll go there and I will just load up on salad. But I like to put a little bit of tuna on top of it, a little bit of meat and stuff. I mean, pretty much any veggie I can get my hand on. There's very few veggies that I don't like to put on my salad. Not a big tomato fan on the salad. That's the one thing I don't usually add. But like black olives, green olives, I like
hope you didn't
cucumbers,
kill
that kind of
anyone
stuff. So
I know
I do
for
not
it.
like spam in my salad. Damn you, Bimatsu. You gave us $2 just to say that crap.
You did say you like some meat in your salad. Well, spam is a meat.
No, technically it's not. I don't know what spam is, but it's
Spam is a meat.
Okay.
It's a processed meat, but it's a meat.
Okay. Yeah, that crap's not going in my salad ever.
I know it's going directly into his mouth, Bimasu. You're
No, it's
misunderstanding.
not even going that direction either. So good call.
Whoa. Okay, so you heard it here first. Ranger likes spam suppositories.
No, I don't like spam. Period.
You said it doesn't go in that way. You
It
specified
doesn't
that
go in
way.
any way. That's not what it said.
Too late.
Finn.
Too late.
Oh, Finn, just stick your twinkie up your ass and be quiet. All right, let's move on.
Okay, Silver Bolt, question, does anyone else feel the new shard progress bars on everything in the shops are unnecessary? I feel like I'm in the middle of a PowerPoint presentation.
It's interesting because I'm at the point where everything is done, but I actually really like it. It is weird to see everything as just full because I have everything, but I like the fact that it's there, to be honest. Especially with the gear.
You talking about just the different shops, period?
All the shops, yeah. So they show you, like, if it's a character shard,
If it's
it shows you the progress there without you having to go into the character screen. For the gear, it tells you how many different items you already have of that.
Right.
So it gives you like a little status bar everywhere you go. I actually like it.
I think it's helpful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that everything says like max in some of these stores, because to take myself like out of my direct picture and looking at it from a bigger picture, it helps for anyone that's not at the end game,
right?
That's trying to figure out what they want to do. So I think it's really going to be helpful for newer players, so they don't have to see how much they have and what level they're at for different things, if they're close to a star on one thing and not another. So I think it's a really helpful feature. We'll probably end up ignoring it as late game players, but it's still very helpful.
All right.
Okay, Nathaniel Morgan has 3 questions.
Jesus.
Who do you think will be the better tank in Team Nightmare? Game Changers are saying Sith Trooper, but the cleanse from GK is too clutch. Question 2, is there any counter to Sith besides Rex? Question 3.
Okay,
let's start with one.
Yeah, let's just one at a time. Okay, we're good sets are so different. So, what was the first one? Was the comparison between Sith Trooper and Kenobi?
Yeah. Which one would be better in Team Nightmare?
Sith Trooper. The problem you're going to have is that everyone is going to start running Emperor Palpatine lead. If you run a Kenobi and you do a Dispel, you're going to feed the other team turn meter. Sith Trooper helps with that, and if your Vader is slower than your opponent's Vader, your 5th spot is going to end up being Han Solo. So your team is going to kind of end up, I think we'll see it in the meta probably very soon, that the standard is probably going to end up being Emperor Palpatine, Vader. I have to see Sion, but it's probably either going to be Sion or Thrawn, then Sith Trooper or Sion. So those 2 spots are probably going to be some combination of those 3 characters. And then your 5th character is either going to be Han Solo if your Vader is slower than your shard, or if you're one of the faster ones, then you're probably going to use the other one of those 3. So I think Kenobi is going to fall out from that team, but you'll still see him on Rex teams as the counter.
I'm thinking the team that I probably want to put together eventually would be Assassin, Trooper, and then put the Triumphant in there. You know, once you get them all done, Sion, Nihilus, and Lady Treya, and go rock and roll and kick some ass.
Well, we have to see what Treya does, though. If Treya comes out with like a lead ability, which you probably
I'm sure
will,
she will. She's going to be pretty amazing, man. She's going to be like.
I'm assuming she will too, but I'm
going
to hold off on saying that. So I'm just looking at the Palpatine team right now with the Nightmare team.
Yeah, I think that. I'm just thinking long term, just for fun. Yeah. You know, that you'll have the Palpatine side, and then you'll have your Sith Triumphant side. And to our Lord and Savior, Revan comes forth to destroy all metas and bring positive change to the universe. All right, what was the second part of Nathaniel Morgan's questions?
Is there any counter to Sith besides Rex?
Depends. If you are using If the opponent has a Zeta Nihilus, then essentially no. The key is to get the turn meter or the tenacity up, which is what saves the team. There is another character that can do that, but only if the characters have no debuffs, and that's Chirrut. So in one of the videos I made, I ran a CLS lead with Han Solo and Thrawn and Kenobi, and then instead of Rex, I had Chirrut because the opponent didn't have a Zeta Nihilus, and so Chirrut can put tenacity up. And then you're running more of a Rebels team and doing it. Rex is still the safer bet because you don't have to deal with any of the debuffs later in case somebody does put a debuff, and Chirrut will keep you safe. So, yes, but not necessarily. It depends on your opponent.
Yes. Matchups, baby.
Okay, his third question was, do you think Sion's AI will play Sion correctly with 4 attacks? We all know what happened with Grandmaster Yoda.
I don't know because, again, we haven't had a chance to really dick around with them. So, I mean, I can't give you... I don't know yet. So, that one we're going to have to leave in the air because until we can get our grubby paws on them and kind of mess around with them, I can't really tell you.
Yeah. It's until we see his stats, how he plays out, and that kind of stuff. I agree. Ewok is also saying that Rebel Officer Leia will work against the teams as well without a Rex.
Yeah.
I haven't played around with her, so but yes, she will work. I've seen it, but I just haven't played around with her because I don't have her geared up nearly enough for anything in Arena.
Okay, Adam Tron, question. Why is it that you guys decided to do a YouTube channel kind of thing? Was it like you saw someone else and you thought you could do it? Or what was the spark?
The spark is nobody was doing it.
Merlin. I can say it was Merlin.
Well, yeah. So back in the day, when the game just came out, there was absolutely nothing about the game on there. The first person that kind of delved into doing any kind of stream or videos, I remember it was Jedi Alien.
Alon. Jedi Master Alon.
Alon, sorry. It was Tiny Grimes, but he was very free to play. And then Lord Skunk started some stuff, right? And
each one was different in what they were doing.
Yeah, and each one was a little bit different. You know, there wasn't a ton of videos being put out, but they were doing the videos they were putting out was, you know, Alon and Skunk streamed a lot and would answer questions. So
Alon's was good.
Yeah.
Alon's was actually a lot more content. Tiny Grimes was very reactionary.
Right.
Like his was more like reactions on what was going on. They were entertaining, but his was very much more reactionary. And Skunk's was more commentary than anything.
Yeah.
He was, and a lot of the times the education was from like other people like Ramon. And like Grande and them.
Yeah, but really once the Skunk community kind of formed up, I mean, then Merlin from Team Mystic, because Team Mystic had enough of Skunk's nonsense pretty quick and broke off. Merlin broke off and started streaming himself, and it wasn't a lot of us. It was just me and Merlin and Finn and Grande. That's where we all met, was during Merlin's streams. I was just hanging out and talking about the game, and it was on Twitch. And then Merlin quit soon after that, and we figured, you know, there's not a lot of, you know, for what we like to talk about and what we like to cover and what we think the community needs, and just a cadre list of basic concept was just a bunch of friends hanging out, talking Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, you know, just talking about Star Wars in general, just hanging out. That's kind of the premise of what we started with, but we had like no idea what the hell we were doing. Finn can attest to this, that we spent an ungodly amount of hours and time and things trying to figure out how to make things work. And in our first couple of streams, we didn't have anybody watching. I'm just saying,
dude, like our first 3 months was like technical difficulties every 5
technical difficulties, not many people watching us. You know, there was always something happening, but we just kept powering through it just because we liked hanging out, you know, and it's kind of led to what it is. So, and it's kind of grown from there. I mean, what do you want to throw on there, Finn?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. The fact that I was not Bob while sleeping and got us kicked out of Team Skunk didn't help either. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's a whole different story.
that helped to push us to do this a little bit quicker, though.
Well, I'd already started craziness before.
Yeah, I know. There was a lot of anger and stuff brewing before that. But
yeah. All right. So next question.
Remy Vinette, question: in a guild that is far from doing heroic AAT, not aiming for it, is it best to go for teams such as Resistance, who are good on one of the phases, or aim for the Wampinator team for the long run?
I would ask why your guild is not going towards heroic AAT, honestly. Mm-hmm. I would probably need a little bit more details on that aspect, because so they've done a lot of updates, and obviously there's new characters coming out that have changed kind of the landscape of the game since AAT was originally released. For those of you that are remembering when heroic AAT started, you'll remember that the goal was essentially for all 50 people to do a minimum of 2% in each phase, with like one team, in order so they can beat it all together. Now with character, and CLS wasn't there at that time. CLS can almost get like 6% on his own with like a reasonable team behind him in every single phase. So everyone should be able to get to heroic AAT with a little bit of time. You don't even need a whole lot of effort on it, to be honest. If it's a guild decision not to even try it, then there's really no point for you to make the Wampinator team, because your guild isn't trying for heroic AAT, and it shouldn't be reliant on only one person. It really should be a guild effort in order to accomplish stuff in the raids. Honestly, I would probably need a little bit more details. I think Wampinator's purpose is way too restrictive, especially for somebody that is, based on what you're asking, seems like a newer player, not a fresh new player, but a newer player in the game, doesn't have all of the characters. Wampinator is a very restrictive thing to get, because Wampa takes forever to get if you're at that point, and you're probably not getting a lot of guild event tokens every month from all the territory battles and all the territory wars. So your Wampa progression is going to be relatively slow. It's going to be a while before you even 7-star it. I would say go Resistance for your overall roster, but also try and figure out why heroic AAT isn't something your guild is trying for.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, especially because you need to get Wampa all the way to 7-star before you can actually use him in the heroic AAT. Okay, Bradzo, question, I forgot. What was the story about taking back August?
Oh, it was a while ago. They were on a podcast, and it was on, I think, I want to say it was the Galactic War Report, but I can't remember.
It was one of those, yeah.
Yeah, they were like planning on releasing like all this big content in August, and they were going to like take back August, make August their own, and basically it never amounted to anything. I think they ended up, if I remember correctly, releasing it in the end of September, and it came out in October, something like that.
Yeah.
So essentially,
that was for the tank raid, right?
Yeah.
I think it was for the tank raid. Yeah.
They pushed it back a couple of months, which is okay, but I mean,
which is fine. But they were making like a big deal about like taking back August and making like August a big month for everything, and it just kept on getting delayed. So the running joke is now every time they're putting out something, they're turning it into August, because everyone is expecting it to be delayed and all that kind of stuff. So their definitions of also big kind of vary. If they're putting out all this information, not necessarily content in game, but if they release all this information in February, so tomorrow, if they do like this massive release of all the information about all the, let's say, remaining quality of life, how exactly the Sith raid's going to work, if they put out more information about Treya, so you can give out a lot of different information tomorrow, and I would still say February was a big success, despite the fact that only like Marauder is a new character. I would still say that's a big February if they put all the information up tomorrow.
Shills Ghost says, Ranger Finney, what's up? What's up, guild leader?
The sky.
Red 5.
The sky is up, my man. The sky is up.
And inflation.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And Alan, to answer your question, we have no idea when the marquee events are coming.
Nope.
Grim wants to know, are you guys up for more D3 tonight? I am.
It's up to Finn.
Yeah, I should be.
But not right now. But it'll be later.
I'm in game right now. Just saying.
You're playing the game right now?
Well, I'm in the game. I'm not actually playing it. I'm just sitting in a game right now doing nothing.
Oh, well.
I'm in the menu screen.
I guess we could afterwards the stream, I think. Maybe? Okay.
Maybe. I finished the Greater Rift 64 earlier today, so
I have no gear still in anything, so
yeah, I know you'll get it.
I can't do anything. I tried to help the other day, and I was like, I die.
We need to get a group team together for Torment 10 in order to do one of the conquests, so we can get it all done together. That would be awesome because you'll all need it.
Okay, Varangian Vigilante is spam on the Amazon wish list.
No, just Battlefront 2 and the Xbox.
Twinkie Maker.
Yeah. Did we add a Twinkie Maker?
I'm gonna put it on my personal one. We have to finish making our personal ones.
I don't have anything on the personal ones. I really
don't.
No.
I've made the list. We need to discuss it probably today to see what you guys want on your personal ones, and then
lots of tobacco.
Okay, so we'll have a lot of tobacco and Rangers. I'll have a Twinkie Maker, and probably the Chewy and Porg book. I think that's going to be on mine.
Yeah.
So, kind of what you would expect from us, I think. Oh, there's Loki there. I don't know if Loki's here. Loki's going to be mad.
Why?
I just got the flail that he wanted in game from one of my chests. Bright side, even if he was in game, I wouldn't be able to share it with him because I got it from one of my bounty chests.
Right.
But I got the flail that he wanted. I think Tits might say no to doing Diablo 3 because she wants to do Borderlands. I'm gonna guess. I see Tits is in the chat. Tits, if you would prefer us to do Borderlands instead of Diablo 3 tonight, and you're gonna be available, make sure you message.
Yeah, you gotta let us know, Tits.
All right, next question.
Okay, Alan, how many shards do you think it will take to unlock Tria?
How many shards?
Probably a 5-star unlock, right?
Probably, yeah.
145.
Yeah, it's probably going to be. It sounds like it's going to be a raid character, which would be a 5-star unlock. Yeah.
Okay, Camille Bakalski. What do you think about ship updates? It's been a while. Don't you think they should add something new soon instead of adding new tunes, etc.?
Well, the only way they can get ships in the game is that because of the way they've designed the game is they have to have new characters introduced or do the character at the same time that they do the ship. You know, that's just the way it is. So the only way that's going to happen is either they overhaul how we get ships and use them, or they introduce characters with the ships, or start introducing ships to characters already in the game. So.
They did do some upgrades, though. So I don't know if you guys have done any ship battles. So they reorganized the ships along with the characters in Squad Arena, but they reorganized it based on like the location or the size of the ship, which is really annoying because now all my ships are in different spots than what I'm expecting when I'm doing battles. So it's going to take a little getting used to. But it feels like the ship battles go slower. Like all the animations have a little bit of extra time before they actually go through, and even at four times speed, the animations seem like they're a little bit slower. I don't know what they did, but it seems like Fleet is a little bit slowed down, and that was all. I'm assuming it's all part of the fact that they changed the order of the ships. But if you also notice in the ships tab, the hardware things now have like a little white circle around it, like a white outline. So it may very well be that they are getting ready to introduce hardware. So I'm going to guess there is going to be something big with ships coming up. It looks like it if you look at your screen. So just kind of be ready on it.
Okay.
Okay, King Kester. So should we assume that pain is going to be key for the new raid?
No.
No.
I think pain is going to be more of a PvP thing. I think it's probably going to have some use, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's going to be necessarily critical for it. I think what I have to look at her kit again a little bit more, but I get the feeling that whatever Visas Mar is bringing to the table is going to end up being more critical.
Yeah.
Okay, Vigilant Sentinel query. Should HK-47 get a rework to kill meatbags more efficiently?
When Darth Revan gets into the game.
Yes, when our Lord and Savior arrives, there will be an upgrade to his great and powerful friend and minion, the indomitable HK-47.
Okay, Nathaniel Miller, question: how did you guys first meet / connect?
Oh, we already talked about that.
Yep,
Yeah.
Team Skunk. Well, no, I don't think we got into that specifically.
Yeah, it was Team Skunk, and then we actually started. Me and Grande, I met Grande and Finn through Merlin's. Well, no, we were in the same guild.
Yeah, so we were playing this game even before guilds were introduced.
Right.
So Team Skunk just had a community on Discord where we would just talk about the game. Guilds weren't even around.
No.
So you were all just kind of on your own. But the community was just like always talking. Skunk was never around.
No.
But like the people that were talking at that time that I can remember, the people I always talked to were Ewokin, Grande, Ramon, Wise Man Pendle, and Yo-Yo Yoda.
Yep, yeah.
Those were the guys that I talked to like all the time. We used to have like morning voice chats and everything. But as we progressed, they introduced guilds into the game, and Grande was one of the officers in the whole Team Skunk community that was putting together the guilds together. And so he was devising like the spreadsheet, and it was based on all these numbers and all this kind of stuff. And when he put together the guilds, Ranger and I were in the same guild. It was Team Skunk Psi. So if you look at Reality Skewed Gamers, we have Reality Skewed Gamers Psi as the guild because we've kind of kept the Psi through all of the transitions as we've gone through. So Ranger and I met through that, and then Grande was always part of Team Skunk. So we always talked there. And let's see, then Loki was after. He was just a fan of RSG.
A fan, and then
built lightsabers and that kind of stuff. He was just really involved with our stream. So Loki became an RSG just from his like involvement. D-Mart, I know you were there. He asked about the RSG crew. Silly. And then Tits was actually
much later.
Ewokin actually had her message me for like free-to-play stuff for questions about it, and then she came on. She was on the first
2000.
Yeah, she was on the 2000 subscriber slumber party, and then it just kind of went that way. That's how all of us met.
Darth Hideous wants to know what the original stream name was called.
Real Sith the Genius.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay,
Real Sith the Genius.
Danilo Papayas. Question: would you be okay with Revan if Revan was really powerful but take up 2 spots in a squad?
No.
Okay, Dexatronic. Question.
Let me expand on that just because he asked the question. I don't think anything should take up 2 spots. No. It changes the dynamics of the game way too much. Not to mention that the effort in terms of coding and programming a character that takes up 2 spots is going to be annoying. And I'm gonna throw this out there here just for confusion's sake. The squad screen, I don't know how you would actually arrange the squad screen. If like maybe the appearance shows twice and one of it's grayed out, or one person takes up 2 spots, but then you intentionally put them on like the end of the first row and the start of the beginning, so like half of his body's in one and half of his body's in the other. It's a lot of, I think, coding logistics that would be more problem than it's worth. So I think just a good Revan that's a single spot should be enough.
All right.
Okay. Dexatronic question: we got an updated client yesterday, but I still don't see the UI for Simming, Galactic War, or the Credit Heist. What's up with that?
It's coming.
Yeah,
It's just
Gonna come in
partially.
as- yeah, it's a server update. They're going to push out. Paul Bracamonte question: can Shore Trooper be as good as GK in an Emperor Palpatine lead Empire team?
Better.
Yeah.
I think Shore Trooper works much better in an Emperor Palpatine team than just GK as your tank.
Okay, Shields Ghost question: Ranger, I need you to wail out on Sion. Is that okay?
That's from your guild leader. That's science.
That is science. I have to get with him offline and have a little discussion about certain things.
I love you, Deemer.
I'm thinking about it. I don't just jump in from when I initially see a character until I actually really break it down. Like me and Grani and Finn will break it down, and then if I'm really super stoked, I've done it before. I'll well out, you know. But if I'm not, I'm just gonna be like, I'll take him 4 or 5 stars when it becomes free to play, you know. So
The other thing to expect too, just so everyone kind of doesn't forget, there's a chance that Mother Talzin, Zombie, Spirit, and Wicket are also going to end up somewhere in the game. And you'll want to make sure you get your Mother Talzin and your Wicket to 7 stars so you can get those extra Zetas every month. The events come. So while Sion is kind of the big deal right now with the Sith Raid and all that stuff, make sure you don't lose focus on the stuff that'll help your roster. And that's going to be Wicket and Mother Talzin more than anything.
oh, people like people say you better slacker. Like I've never welled out on the stream before. We've had whole streams, many of them where I did nothing but well out. So I just had horrible RNG with it. That's why it makes me very hesitant to do it again. But if it's character specific, once I look at the stats and everything, I don't mind doing that.
Okay, Todd Mayotte, why Xbox, PlayStation is better?
I don't know.
I don't think one is necessarily
I don't care.
better.
At this point, I'll take whatever and get my grubby paws on. I can't
That's
afford
what the
either,
answer is.
so I don't care. So beggars can't be choosers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, member Tauntauns, what is the best defensive team for Jedi, Rey, and Palplead?
For both.
Wait, what's the question?
What is the best defense team for Jedi, Rey, and Palplead?
What's
I'm
the?
guessing they're separate, of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What
I thought it was meant
question
like one
asking.
team that could be defensive against both those. I'm like,
None.
yeah.
Emperor Palpatine is the more defensive of the two, but especially after Sion looks like
Against
after
those
Sion
two?
comes out
Oh,
in Sith
Lord.
Trooper, then Emperor Palpatine is going to be better than Jedi Rey. But it depends on your shard and how many Night Sisters you have. If you have a lot of Night Sisters, then go with Emperor Palpatine. If you don't have a lot of Night Sisters, you can stay with Jedi Rey. It doesn't matter too much at this point. But Sion and Sith Trooper are probably going to change that. But still not 100% on the question.
All right. Varangian Vigilante, question, if level 90 drops tomorrow, what will be your reaction?
Well, I'm going to kill Finn, and then I'm going to kill everybody at CG.
Neither. I kind of expect it. They
I wouldn't.
usually
Yeah,
do a level cap increase with, Rey.
that wouldn't shock me if that happened. It's not that.
Oh, that does remind me, though. Something you guys may want to do. We know now for sure, right, that there's going to be some kind of update, even if it's just text tomorrow. So I have to work on this because I do it as a habit too. Don't do your refreshes in the morning. Wait until the evening because then you will get experience for those refreshes.
Oh, good call.
So try to save your if they do a level cap increase or they add double drops or something like that, save your refreshes for later. Try to keep, you don't have to max out energy and waste it, but try to keep your energy as high as you can. If you want, you can overstock now, but it's really early in order to do that. So you're kind of going on a major hunch. But at minimum, don't do your refreshes until the evening once you have an idea about the update.
Okay.
Okay, Obi Kreis Oh, we got a donation.
Thoka donated. I have no idea what that currency is. DK.
It's a Danish krone.
Thanks for the advice on Discord. You're
I
more
hope
than
you
welcome.
didn't kill anyone
Thank you for
I
the
know
donation.
for
I have
it,
no idea what
huh?
that actually is in US.
Like $8.50.
Okay, well that'll work. $8.50. Hey, you get that like this much $8.50. Damn, a woman quit giving that large margin. I carried it $2.50. Now you're more than welcome, Thelko. We appreciate your support and stuff, brother, and thank you for the donation. It is sometimes the donation, the money thing just throws me completely off. It's like, wait, 50 what? I want to start going crazy, but like, wait a minute, Ranger, that's not what it means. All right,
Let's do one more question here, and then we can
wrap it up.
Okay, Obi cries. Do you think the raid will be just like TB, where you need a tune or faction per phase? If so, will that piss you off?
Say that one more time, please.
Basically, what he's asking is, do you think the new Sith raid will, have set teams that are going to be good in each phase?
Well,
I mean, every raid has that, but he said
yeah.
like TB.
Yeah, I think he means, is there going to be like required characters per phase?
Yeah, raids don't typically have that. I think
No.
TB is kind of its own entity. So I'm not going to draw any parallels between the raid and territory battles, because they're two completely different things. The raids have previously been all characters. There may be a faction or a tune that will end up being better than others in order to get your goal accomplished. I'm sure that's going to be there. We'll have to keep on testing in order to figure that out, and people will make videos on it, I'm sure, for months and months after it comes out. I would be highly surprised if anything similar to territory battles was incorporated into raids. Especially with then, like, newer players will have like zero chance of getting stuff, because they're going to be spread way too thin if there's going to be any kind of mandatory requirements for all of that.
So let it be written.
That's science.
Yeah, that's science. All right, I think that's all the questions we have. Well, we have more questions. This is all the time we have for questions, right? So that being said, thanks everybody for being here. We'll be here tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be some massive updates and things of that nature going on. And we'll be here to break it down. We've got the regular Wednesday night stream show, right, Finadoodle? Finn?
Yes, sorry, I couldn't find the mute button on the thing. Yes,
really?
We have the regular stream tomorrow.
You're a bad man, Finn. You're a very, very bad man. I'm trying to see what. I'm getting distracted here in goddamn territory battles. I always forget what I need. So that's that. Okay, light side. What's the special mission?
All right. So while he's doing that,
okay.
Tomorrow we'll have another lunch special.
Yes, we'll have another lunch special, and then we got the Wednesday night stream 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you subscribe, give us a thumbs up, all that stuff. Again, if you'd like to support the channel, you can buy swag. You can go to support the channel on the homepage. Yada yada yada. Am I missing anything, Finadoodle?
Hop on the RSG Discord if you guys have any additional questions, and we'll answer it there. If we're not able to answer it, we have a large community here that's really helpful, so they'll be able to answer your questions. So come on the Discord, just chat around with us. We play other games too. Like if you were watching, we play like Borderlands 2, and we play Diablo 3, and I play Minecraft every now and then, and I play Clash of Clans. And so we have a lot of different games. Primarily our game is Galaxy of Heroes. That's our bread and butter, but the rest of the stuff is all still fun to play as well. So just come out, have some fun, talk about games, chill, relax, questions, all the fun stuff on our Discord. Link is in the YouTube description below.
Word. All right. So we're going to end the stream there. So everyone have a great rest of your day. We will holler at you later. Peace.